Okay, here we are again. We're talking about pediatrics this time. So remember, pediatrics, we're always going to use 60 drop per ml tubing, which is standard micro drip tubing. So these questions, we have to do a little more work on it because we're trying to figure out, is the doctor giving the correct dosage? Is it too much for the patient? And we want to make sure that it's safe because these are little kids and babies. Okay, so the first thing it's asking is the client weighs 13.2 pounds. The doctor orders Pen G 125 milligrams PO Q8 hours. The pharmacy supplies us with Pen G suspension 100 milligrams equals 2.6 mLs. Maximum safe dose is 35 milligrams per kilogram per day. So now we have to start figuring out how many kilograms the patient weighs, and we will continue doing milligrams per kilogram per day or kilograms per minute when we get to next week when we do critical care. Okay, so let's figure out how many kilograms this patient weighs. So we're looking for kilograms. And he weighs 13.2 pounds. And what's our conversion factor for kilograms? 1 kilogram is 2.2 pounds, correct? And if you multiply this out, that equals 6 kilograms. Okay, so we now need to find out what's the total dosage. Dosage means milligrams. So we now need to figure out how many milligrams this patient's going to get in one day. So I'm going to write underneath it. Okay, so we want to look for milligrams per day. Remember when we talked about the IVs, 24 hours being, it's easier to write day, because we all know 24 hours equals 1 day. Okay, so he's ordered 125 milligrams per dose. And if we're giving it every 8 hours, that means we can give 3 doses in 24 hours per day. So we can get rid of the dose. Now all we have to do is multiply 3 times 125, which equals 375 milligrams per day. Okay, the next question is asked is, what is the dosage in one dose? Well, we really don't have to do anything here because the doctor already ordered it. It's 125 milligrams per dose. So the next question is asking us, how many milliliters, volume is milliliters, in one dose? So how much are we going to give? So milliliters per dose is what we're looking for. And we have 125 milligrams in one dose. And our conversion is, we have 2.6 mLs right here is 100 milligrams. So I know I can reduce this down to, let's see, 25 will go into 104 times. We'll go into 125 5 times. Correct? So now we have 5 times 2.6, 5 times 2.6 equals 13 divided by 4, which is 3.25 milliliters. When you're working with peds, always carry it out to the second decimal. You will be able to give this because you can use a 3 milliliter syringe and a tuberculin syringe, which is broken into hundredths of a millimeter. Okay, so the doctors, we want to know if this dosage is safe. So we're going to look for milligrams per day, and we know that the patient weighs the maximum safe dose is 35 milligrams per kilogram per day. And this is how you write it. The milligrams over kilograms per day. And so the patient weighs 6 kilograms, and we know that this is all we don't need any other conversion factors there. Okay, so get rid of the kilograms, leaves us milligrams per day. So 35 times 6 is 210 milligrams per day. So we have to go back up here and look. The doctor ordered the patient to have 375 milligrams per day, but the maximum dose is 210 milligrams per day. So it is not safe to give it. And you would have to call the physician and ask him to either write another order, so he needs to change it. Okay, let's go on and do another one, just so you can get the hang of it. Okay, the child weighs 22 pounds. MD orders 15 milligrams per kilogram PO every 8 hours. So that means he's going to get this by mouth. The pharmacy supplies cloxacillin 90 milligrams for every 4 mLs. The maximum safe dose is 35 milligrams per kilogram per day. So the first thing we need to figure out is what? How much this child weighs in kilograms. So we have, he weighs 22 pounds. And we're looking for kilograms. Weighs 22 pounds, and 1 kilogram is 2.2 pounds. So if I multiply this out, it ends up being, he weighs 10 kilograms. Now when you figure out how much they need to weigh in kilograms, once you have the kilograms, you don't have to keep going 22 pounds times this times this. You just narrow that down. So we're looking for total dose in 24 hours. So it's milligrams per day here again. and the doctor ordered for the patient to have 15 milligrams per kilogram and we know that per dose. We know that there are every 8 hours, so there's 3 doses in one day. So 15 times 3 doses, and I need another conversion factor in here because I forgot about my kilograms here, and the patient weighs 10 kilos. So equals, there's nothing on the bottom, so we just need to multiply 15 times 3 times 10, which equals 450 milligrams per day. So the dosage in one dose, he's ordered 15 milligrams per kilogram, milligrams per dose, and we have 15 milligrams per kilogram, and the patient weighs 10 kilos, equals 150 milligrams per dose. So the volume in one dose, we're looking for milliliters per dose. And we have 15 milligrams per kilogram. And then we have to look up this. 4 milliliters is 90 milligrams. Do we need anything else here? Yes, we need our 10 kilos there. Okay, so I can get rid of my kilograms, my milligrams. I forgot to put dose there. So we end up with milliliters per dose. Now, can I reduce this down any farther? Yeah, I can get rid of this 0 right here and this 0 right here. Will 9 go into 15 evenly? No, but 3 will. 3 will go into 9 3 times. It'll go into here 5 times. So 5 times 4 is 20 divided by 3. And we should end up with 20 divided by 3 equals 6.66 on infinity milliliters per dose. Unless I specify somewhere in here that you're only to go to 1 decimal, always go to 2 decimals on pediatrics and critical care IVs. And we never round up on a pediatric patient. So if I said only round to 1 decimal here, would this be 6.66? Normally we would go up to 6.67, but on pediatrics we would leave it at 6.6. So now we need to figure out, is this safe? So we're looking for milligrams per day. Patient weighs 10 kilos. And the maximum safe dose is 35 milligrams per kilogram per day. So we can get rid of the kilos, leaving us with milligrams per day.